Welcome back, and if you're new to the channel, I'm Casey, and I work on Mopar Junk. Today we're working on the 66 Monaco again. Pulling the heater box out of it, and this is an air-conditioned car, so the heater box is big. It's a behemoth. It's a Titanic, and it looks like it's been at the bottom of the ocean with the Titanic. So let's have a look. Alrighty, I have more reasons for taking the heater box out than reasons to not take it out. One of which is the rust holes in the firewall. I want to get that off of there so I can fix the holes one way or another, because I don't want holes in the firewall. The heater box itself has been a rat motel for 20 years and was completely full of rat goodness. All this come out of it. All this loveliness. I've got it loose. It's just kind of hanging there. I had to pull the console out, which that should have been obvious, but I kind of got ahead of myself. So I just got the console out. The console looks terrible, so we're gonna give it the poor boy get her done restoration like the rest of the car. Make it look a little better, make it smell better. So I'm hoping the heater box is gonna come out now. I'm gonna need two hands. As you can see, it is completely packed with wonderful rat goodness. And this material, see, I think rats have been living in the car since I've owned it, because this material is out of one of them Harbor Freight blankets, and I had one in the car, because there's nowhere else in the car that has a material that looks like this. Who knows? Anyway, she's flat packed. All the rattiness that you can imagine. Anyway, let's get to pulling that heater box. Sidetracked again. Here's the console. Thought you might like to see it. She's rough. There's not really any other way to describe it, but it's rough. This piece of trim that was on here, like this one, was just completely just rusty garbage. There's no way of saving it. This one's probably not any better. So we'll figure out something on that. We're just gonna do the best we can with it and make it look as good as we can and get everything working. Okay, back to the heater box. This thing is terrible. I mean, there is rust on top of rust. This seems like a good design. Have a hose connection on the interior of the car. That'd be a great place to spew coolant. Probably missing something. I really thought taking the console out was going to be the ticket. Put you somewhere out of the way. Okay. Try that again. Should probably just disconnect that and lay it somewhere. That's what a smart person would do. But I mean, you know. Yeah. Hey, that bulb looks good. Wow. See if I can make this work again. The switch is stuck. We can probably, maybe, fix it. And I tell you, I got the wipers working. Well, I did. And I didn't video any of it, sorry. It was the switch. It was badly corroded. I took it apart, tried to clean up the connection, spent way too much time on it. Put it in the car. The wipers made it halfway up the windshield and stopped. And that was it. I have the blue 65 Fury out there. Has the same wiper switch. It's not exactly the same. The shaft that sticks into the dash is shorter. I was just able to pull a little slack out of the wiring harness. Works great. Wipers work. Win. Now if I can just get this thing out of here. There's a cable still connected. Wait, that cable is the fresh air over here, so they can probably stay put. Hey, something's happening if I get this cord down here. Oh boy. Like Christmas morning. Why do I enjoy this? I don't know. It's like an adventure of rust and rat shit. Behemoth. I did remember to unplug the vacuum switch. Yeah. Okay, that must be the vacuum supply from the exterior. That wasn't the right way to do that, but that's what I did. And it's not very happy anyway. If you didn't know, this heater box is not going back in. Probably just too far gone. I have a vintage air unit. It's a leftover. Hopefully that's what'll happen. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Literally. Come on out there, boy. What are you hanging on? Jesus. What's the capillary for the doohickey expansion valve, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna cut it. Don't tell anybody, because it's junk. It's junk. Hate to say it. This heater box weighs 50 pounds at least. Let's get it on the floor and I'll show you what I got. Phew, well, there she is in all of her disgusting glory. The level of rust is real. This door probably used to move. So did these. If I didn't have the vintage air unit, I'd probably try to get this freed up and let's get the heat working in it so that I can have defrost and heat. But I have an older vintage air unit that I acquired on the cheap. Otherwise, I wouldn't be getting it. I've slowly accumulated AC parts. I have a compressor that was left over and a condenser. The only thing I really have to spend money on is the easy clip fittings and hoses. But yeah. All right, let's look under the dash. Yeah, that's a rust hole. That is was a factory hole that is grown to be a lot bigger than it should be thanks to rust. That's a rust hole. And there's more. I'm gonna try to get the fresh air ducts working. That shouldn't be too big a deal. Both of those work on each side because that's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to crack the old fresh air vents on a nice day. Check out the rust on the dash. Yep. You know, when you're storing an old car that you give a damn about, you got to be careful about how you store them. This car was covered up with a pool liner, and I guess it just sweated. It just kind of marinated in its own juices for 20 years and rusted in weird ways. But we're gonna do what we can with it. There are certain things that lived very well. Look how good the steering wheel is. Not a single crack in it. The dash, the same way. Just beautiful. Not a single crack in it. All the armrests are just spot on. The armrest on the console lid, beautiful. Every armrest, I think I said that already. So that's a plus. Alrighty. Well, I'm always having a debate with myself on how far do you go. You know, I want this car to function, run and drive and all that good stuff. But this dash, it looks terrible. I mean, it's just rusty all over. So do I go through and I take everything off of it, take the dash pad off, take it all the way down to just the dash structure, you know, and clean the rust off of it, paint it, put it all back together. That would be the right thing to do, but that's, you know, some work involved in that. I mean, I guess I could take a small brush and just POR it. It would be black, but it wouldn't look all that good. It'd be kind of rough and scaly looking, and take a chance of getting POR on these pieces, which I'd rather not. And then also something to think about, you know, the nuts that are holding all this stuff on, are they just going to break off? Could. I don't know. I'm just going to scratch my head and think about it, and yeah, I don't know. I think I want to take it apart. It's an internal struggle because I want to drive this car. I want to get it going. I'm excited to take it down the road, but I know I'm going to be driving it and looking at this dash and like, dang, I wish I would have just went ahead and did it. Because that's what you're looking at when you're driving a car. This is what you see. This is what you're interacting with. You know, the floor pans, we can patch them up and POR them and throw carpet over them. You'll never know. Yeah. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Here's another good argument for taking the dash apart. This is completely froze. This operates the little door inside here so that you can turn the air off to the vent. I want it to work. So, that's a good reason to take it apart. Both sides are that way. And you can remove the entire dash out of these cars. The whole thing does come out, but it requires removing the windshield. And to have the windshield removed, you're going to have to buy a whole other windshield gasket, have the glass band come out. You're talking about hundreds of dollars, and that's not in the budget. So that's not going to happen. Whatever I do to the dash, it's staying in the car. And the more I think about it, I think I'm going to just remove everything I can off of the dash, get it down to the structure, like I said, sand it, paint it, and in the meantime, I can get all this crap working. I'd like to see if I can resurrect the radio. I don't have a whole lot of faith in it, but I'm going to play with it and try. Matter of fact, I got to figure out how to take it out. Do the knobs just pull off of these radios? I've tugged on them pretty good. I'm kind of scared of hurting something. Did I have to, don't they? I don't know. We're going to figure it out. Got to get the cigarette lighter working. Make it better than the Bluesmobile. Well, I got distracted again. I was thinking about the AC, where I'm going to put the compressor. I don't want to put it there because the AC compressors are ugly, especially modern ones. Even though they're smaller, I don't want the look of anything modern on this car. I was thinking about tucking it right there. There might be just enough room. We'll paint it black, and it'll actually drive off of those two pulleys back there, if you can see them. I'll just have to build brackets for it, and I'm hoping that would work. What you think? It'd be kind of inconspicuous, especially if I paint it black. You can mount them on this side, but it requires getting rid of the mechanical fuel pump and going to an electric, and I'm not doing that. Electric fuel pumps die, and I want to keep it simple. So we're not going to do that. Okay, back to work. Well, it came right out. No drama. All of these are intact. Kind of tricky reaching around there to get to it, but we got her done. That's a good sign. I'm hoping everything else does as good as this one did. It's still nice and soft. Some things survived well, other things didn't. We gotta free that up. I want to see this work. Let's free it up because I want to. Special sauce. Special sauce. Special sauce. There's a pivot on this side. Right there. Special sauce. I don't care how good a steak is, it's better with sauce on it. A1, that is. Whoopah! Whoopah! Thermoquad. Ooh. Okay. She freed right up. Works really good. Lovely. Now to get the radio out. Been looking and examining, and there are no set screws on the knobs like you would have on, you know, other knobs like the wipers and whatnot. You have set screws that hold the knobs on. The back knob, it seems like it's loose and ready to come off. Do you just pull them off? Somebody holler at the screen really loud and tell me how these come off. Maybe I'll hear you. They gotta just pull off, right? Watch me tear up something. That'd be great. This one doesn't even turn. She's froze. This one turns a little. I'm trying to turn much because I don't know what's doing inside the radio. Frozen. 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 Maybe it needs a warm hug. Yeah. Maybe pliers. Well, you know, protect it with a rag or something. But I'm pulling with as much grip as I have. Okay. Well, I'm full of terrible ideas, and here's one of them. Got a couple open-end wrenches here. I think we're going to try the 3/4. Knob has a nice taper to it. The wrench will fit there, so we have a rag to protect the knob, like that. So we're going to rag it, and then we got a fulcrum, which is just a fancy name for a screwdriver handle. And with any luck, and maybe we can be really gentle and not destroy something. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like my method is solid. I feel like I can get some pretty reasonable amount of force on it. How much force do I put on it? You know what I'm saying? Putting more force than I feel like it should take to pull that knob off. I mean, I'm actually flexing the wrench. I don't know if you see that. Oh, I think I feel it moving. It's either a good thing or a bad thing. And you thought I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't think I did either. What about you? Come on off of there. I guess I could get a bigger wrench and do the same thing again. Let's see if this one will come off. Can I be lucky 2 times? Feel free to use this trick. Trying to place the screwdriver so that it's not damaging the bezel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No damage to the knob. I mean, it's not like it's beautiful or anything, but I'd rather not put big old dig marks in it. Seems like that would just pull off now. Especially as loose as it is. Hey, well that was weird. It just fell off. Alright. Now your turn. You just gotta wiggle it. Just a little bit. Wiggle it. Just a little bit. Wiggle, wiggle. It looks like it's moving. Maybe I just wanted to move so bad that I think it's moving. Let's see if we can tickle it with a screwdriver. Just tickle it. Ooh. Okay. There it is. It's like the plastic doohickey stayed behind. Maybe we can fix that. It looks like it was staked into this, into the knob. Can probably fix that if we can get it off here without destroying it. Just need to do some more wiggling. Not get too carried away. What am I prying on? That right there. Just encouraging it. Come on, baby. Just trying to help. I wonder if a little bit of magic sauce would help. That would involve getting out of the car and walking over there and getting the magic sauce. Ah, there we go. It's weird, it's just like they just all of a sudden let go. We should be able to fix that, no problem. A little bit of super glue or epoxy, or it might just pop back in there. Just don't want to lose it. Well, we're home free. Now we have to just take the nuts off. Unplug whatever electrical connections are on the back of it, which ain't much. Power, ground, and a speaker wire. Antenna. Give it the old reach around. Where's that going? That's going to the controls. Okay, I'll get back to you. Just use a 5/8 socket. Those came right off. Well, there she is. Looks pretty sad. There was a bracket back there. I had to remove that nut so it could come off the bracket. And just a couple of wires. A power wire, which is probably this one, and I imagine this one is probably for the backlight. And then the speaker wires. And the speaker wires in this split. I had to remove the gauge cluster on this side again to access these wires back here. But if you notice, these wires split because this car has two speakers. It's got one in the front and one in the back. And it uses that knob to adjust between the two. And that knob, that switch, it's garbage. It looks terrible. It's probably no good. But whatever, I'll just, if I can make this thing work, I'll just wire it to where both speakers work all the time. And the knob will just be there for aesthetic reasons. If I can't get the radio working, it's still going back in the hole, just so it'll look nice. I mean, even if I do get it working, it's not like I'm going to use it. You know, it's kind of a novelty. I'll turn it on every now and then. But I'll probably do something hidden, something Bluetooth, so that I can just connect my phone. Something completely unseen. I don't know. I guess we're going to go into this thing. This will be a great job to take up to the house and do on the table where we did the gauges. Maybe it won't be as boring. I'm just curious to see the inside of it. Alright. This piece of trim basically put up no fight. The clips are just like completely rusted off of it. I got one clip on the end, and it didn't take much persuading for it to come on out. I also discovered something else. The dash pad is actually molded to the dash. It doesn't bolt on there. So we're going to have to work around that in our poor boy restoration process here. Shouldn't be too big a deal. Up there might be a little bit tricky, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it done. So let's keep moving forward. I'm working on getting this bezel off now, and also the AC vents. These are held on by a couple of, I think, Phillips screws that come in from the inside. That could be interesting. We'll see. Frozen. This switch actually moves for the blower. Cigarette lighter, wiper switch. I gotta get that knob off of there. That should be interesting. Does that have a set screw? That looks like a set screw. Yeah, that could be interesting. And got the vacuum switch. I might be able to get the bezel off and the switch stay in there. There are a couple of bolt on each side of it coming in from the back. Hoping I can make this look a little better because they're pretty crusty. The little plastic pieces have fallen back in there, which is common. You see that a lot. They are all frozen. Which, when I do the vintage air unit, these probably won't be functional. We'll see. I haven't figured that out yet. Let's keep moving forward. Well, I'm hungry and tired, so we'll pick this back up right now. Well, I think I'm going to take a few minutes and clean all this stuff out of the floorboard that's fallen out of the heater box and the dash and all the rat stuff, so I don't have to waller in it anymore. I don't think much more is going to fall out of the dash, so let's do that. Well, that's quite a bit better. Look at that. All that. And then I also used the shop vac to get the last 10% of it. So it's good, it's better. Doesn't feel near as nasty now. You can see the holes in the floorboard quite well now. It's got them. That's going to be something else we're going to have to do. Switch out for the heater controls. Looks about like you'd expect. I just want to make this look nice so that it fills the hole, and it's probably not going to be used for anything, but I do want it in there. If I put the vintage air in it, I'm not going to be able to use this. It'd be cool if I could, but probably not. Anyway, we're getting close to having this bezel out. All I like is taking the cigarette lighter out, wiper switch. We've already had it out, so it comes out easy. And I got to get that wonderful rusty set screw out of the bottom of that. And then we can take the screws that hold it, or the nuts that hold that in place, and take it off. And I still need to get the lower vents off, and it does have 2 Phillips screws. Hopefully they come out all right. And I think after that I'm going to take the other vent out on that side, and probably the lower steering column cover here, and that may be as far as I go. And then we'll come in and start doing what we need to do to prep the dash for paint. I will take the one off the glove box and, you know, get it nice looking, you know, paint all this. Of course, I'll tape that up, make it look reasonable. Oh boy. I took the cover off of the radio. And I don't think I'm gonna spend any time with this. It's probably beyond anything that I can fix. I mean, the corrosion is real. So I'll just clean it up, put it back in the car. I'm back in the car and checking out under the dash at the rust issues, and it's bad. This is the underside of the cowl. So this hole here and there, that's water that water's gonna come through that from inside the cowl. It's unfortunate. Dirt. That's bad. But again, right here, that actually goes into the inside of the cowl. Rainwater runs into that. Looks like it comes through again over there. So that kind of sucks. We'll have to do something about that, because water will pour through that into the car. Yep, we got the same thing over here. I don't know if you can see the grass or whatever that is coming through it. Well, there's another hole. Yeah. I get my light so it doesn't just wash everything out. Holes. Of course, that hole there also. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, there you go. Well, I think I'm going to see if I can pull the cowl panel off so I can get a better look down inside there and make a decision and do some assessing, I guess. See what options I have, which aren't many. So I've already got one wiper off over there, and I've removed the screws along the front here. Hopefully it'll come out of there with a whole lot of fight. This piece of trim may have to come off. We'll find out. All right, I believe it is going to come off. There is a screw under the trim on this side, so I'm popping the trim off. It just has these clips. I've got the wedge here. It's working pretty good. I can just kind of put it in the general vicinity of the clip and just kind of maybe one of them numbers. And it's popping it right off. That clip broke. It's okay. screw. Let's get that. Thankfully, this screw is stainless, I guess. Got the trim off without too much drama. Actually had the same rust in the cowl and the Belvedere, which I tried to fix unsuccessfully. Put new carpet in it, and it leaked water into the interior of the car. So on that car, I actually ended up siliconing a piece of clear lake sand over the cowl panel, so the water couldn't even get into the cowl in the first place. I would rather not do that on this car. And besides, this car is not on the Belvedere. It's flat, so a piece of lake sand and silicone on there real nice. It's not really all that noticeable. But this car has a drop in it right here. That's not an option for this. I'd rather not do that anyway. But anyway, let's keep moving forward. Okay, I got it off. I kind of had to fight it a little since the hood is on the car. The hood kind of gets in the way, but I was able to work it out of there. And fortunately, the car has crappy paint on it, so I wasn't too concerned about scratching anything, which I didn't much. Walk around here. And that's a hole right there. Put some light on it. Where's my flashlight? Here we go. That's what we're seeing from the underside. So, I'm thinking the down and dirty way to fix this would be to get it all cleaned out, POR all this really good, and then we'll fiberglass it. That'll keep the water out. You can't see it, and it'll be a good enough repair. And, you know, eventually, someday, maybe down the road, it can be fixed properly. But I think that's the plan. Fiberglass, baby. So if I were going to fix this the right way, it would involve taking the entire front end off the car, the windshield, the dash, probably the doors, so that you could get access to all these places and fix them properly. Probably can't get the metal, so I'd either have to find a donor car or just kind of make it. That would be the best option. But that's a no. You know, this isn't a CUDA or a 68 Charger. I just want to get it running, functioning, and not leaking water in the car. And then, you know, one day down the road, way down the road, if somebody wanted to, they can fix it right then. But it's not going to be now. It's a good place for that. And this car's a 66, and if you notice, there's paint in here. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first year that they painted the inside of the cowls on these cars. 65 and years before that, they didn't even paint the inside of the cowl, and those cars really rusted out. Just an interesting thing to know. Definitely has paint in there. Didn't stop the rust though. It's a little, got less crap in it now anyway, but the rust is real. And it's up next to where the cowl panel meets the firewall is pretty well rusty, as you can see there. And there would be a hole. So, I think I will be doing the fiberglass on that. Now, as far as the firewall itself goes, I'm going to fix with sheet metal. I'll go through and cut out the rust holes and weld in sheet metal. That'll probably have to happen before the fiberglass does, because the rusty cowl and rusty firewall do intersect, so I need to go ahead and fix whatever I'm going to fix on the firewall, and then we'll fiberglass, the cowl. I've never done fiberglass, so that'll be interesting. I'm sure there are plenty of good YouTube videos on that. I'll be going down that rabbit hole. I'm going to go ahead and remove the wiper assembly out of it. It's just in the way. It's going to have to come out, so let's do that. Well, all that's out of the way now, and we have a good excuse to clean all this stuff up before it goes back in. Just make it work for myself. But that makes things more accessible. I'm feeling better and better about the whole fiberglass thing. I think that's going to be our best option. If I were doing things the right way, I would have done this before I put the engine in the car. But that's not how I operate. I like doing things back-asswards. And, the engine is kind of my favorite part of the whole deal, so I tend to do that first. It is what it is. It's good to have it. Here's all the wiper-related hardware, the 3 bolts that hold the motor in, along with the 4 bolts that hold the linkage into the cowl that go into these. It's all in the bag, zip tied to the motor. Also, the wire looms that were holding all the wiring to the cowl are zip tied to the wiring harness. So it's all together. Do that. Well, I guess I need to just go ahead and remove everything from the firewall, including the brake booster and master cylinder, which I've already had that off. The brake booster did not work, it did nothing, so I took it off, took it all apart, cleaned everything up, rebuilt it, put it all back together, and it still don't work. I'm glad I didn't video any of that. So while that's off, I'll just replace it. And then at that point, I guess we're gonna go to the next step, which will be cutting out rusty firewall. I haven't decided exactly all the details yet. I mean, obviously the factory blower hole is going to go away. I'm not real crazy about that because it's not going to look right, but it is what it is. Well, I think this video has drug on long enough. We're at 43-ish minutes. So we're just going to call it right there for now, and we'll pick up on this again on the next one. Appreciate you watching and stopping in and, humoring me with your view. I appreciate it. So we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.